What's up guys, it's Techsumer talking to you here, and today we're going to talk about the 14-inch MacBook Pro that is coming in 2021 with Apple Silicon. I'm not going to focus on the 16-inch today, but if you want a video on that, tell me on the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's very important. Subscribe, turn on notification. Let's get started. First of all, the release date. I believe right now that the 14-inch MacBook Pro will come in WWDC time. Why? It's a big event. Let's say it's a bigger event from Apple in terms of software, and sometimes they drop pretty important and performance-focused hardware in that event. So I believe that it's normal for them to release the MacBook Pro in WWDC. But the other possibilities is in November or October timeline together with the iMacs, because that's when the leaks are talking, and I believe the iMacs and the refresh for the iMac is. So it will come with an M1X chip, so a better version of the M1. As you see, the A14 on the iPhone 12 and the A14X that will come on the iPad Pro 2021. Video on that is on the channel. If you want to know about that, check it out. But it will come with M1X, and the M1X performance, it's great. So as you can see here, the base frequency is the same as the M1, 3.2 GHz. But what probably you don't know is that it has 12 cores, which is 8 performance cores, high performance cores, and 4 low performance cores, or 4 high efficiency cores. So it will have double performance cores and the same efficiency cores. So you'll probably have, this is not a scale, but you can probably expect double the performance of an M1, which is just crazy. So let's keep going. The GPU. It's going to be an internal GPU, not an external GPU. As we know, Apple is now going in the ARM architecture, which is everything together in the same package. It will be a 16 gigabytes max GPU memory, which is double as the M1 have. The M1 has 8 gigabytes, so okay, it's not the same as duplicating the performance, but at least 1.5 you can expect. And as you're seeing here, it will come out Q2 2021, as I was talking before. Please take this with a huge grain of salt, because it's just rumors and leaks. Continuing forward, you can see that it's a 35 TPD architecture, so i9s, i7s, AMD Ryzen's. Those take up 95 watts, 100 watts, and even when they are turbo boosting, they can take up to 150 watts. So this is just ridiculous. 35 watts. It's going to be a cool small computer, not those big huge chunk computers that you have that just sound like airplanes. And when you compare them to the i9, you can see here in single core it's the same as the M1, because it uses the same cores, just has more cores, but it matches all the better GPUs. It's in 4th place. But when you go to multi-core, that's when you get crazy. You can see here i9s 10850Ks and Ryzen 7s. It rivals with those. These are 150 watt CPUs. These are CPUs that cost thousands of dollars. M1 costs way less, it's way more power efficient, and it will be in a smaller package. These are CPUs that you put on your towers, not on your portable computers. As you can see here in Geekbench almost as much as the other ones in single core, but those are known because you can Geekbench the M1 right now. It will be the same, but multi-core destroys everything else. So I'm very excited for this. As we know, the design will be pretty different from what we used to. I believe it will be reminiscent of the iPad Pro. So square corners, thicker lid. As you can see here, we have the old design, the 2016 MacBook Pro. This guy served me well. It's pretty slow. You can't edit anything, so I'm guessing I have to upgrade this year. I'm trying to save on money for that. Let's see if it's this year that I'm going to get the new MacBook Pro. As you can see, it only has 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. The new MacBook Pro is rumored to have 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports and an SD card slot. For me, it's not much important because I record this with an iPhone 12 Pro and I can airdrop my footage to my iMac to edit. And then when I get the new 14-inch, I will edit on that because that's way more powerful, and I will just airdrop the footage there. But for people that take a lot of photography and videos and they use professional cameras or DSLRs, it's gonna be amazing because they don't have to use dongles. That's the worst thing. And I believe Apple will make a very good MacBook in terms of I/O, so you don't need to worry. The second thing I want to talk about the design is it's going to get a little bit square. So here's some renders that are talking about it. You can see it's a little bit thinner and smaller because Apple doesn't need to put a bigger vent. Such a powerful cooling system because the computer, it's pretty cool even when you're maxing out the performance. They don't need to put a huge heatsink and a huge vent and breathing space so the computer can cool itself down. It's thin, and you're asking, what about the battery life? The new MacBook Pro, the same design but with the M1 chip, can be used for around 20 hours without being charged. That's amazing. But my belief is that Apple will use everything it can, so it will use its magic in terms of designing to fit everything it can with batteries. So the chip and then batteries and the SSD. So it will, for me, it will be like 20 hours. So cheaper MacBook has better battery life. I won't believe that will be true. I think they will keep up the standard of the MacBook Pros having a little bit more battery life than the MacBook Airs. So as you can see, the MacBook Pro on the screen right now, it's beautiful. I want it so bad. But so let's now get to the price. The current MacBook Pro M1 costs around $1,300. So that's a lot for a computer. But when compared to the new 14-inch MacBook Pro, it's $500 less. So I believe the new MacBook Pro 14-inch will start at $800,000. So currently there's two models for the 13-inch MacBook Pro. The 4 Thunderbolt port, which has, I believe, 512 gigabytes of standard storage and has 2 more ports, 1 more cooling system, so $500 more. But I think this new one will get the redesign, will replace the old Intel one that's still available. There's also rumors brewing about the mini LED displays coming, but I don't believe that. I think these MacBooks coming right now will be a little bit redesigned, but won't get everything in one time, because Apple wants to divide the features and spread them out in the timeline so they can sell more computers overall. And what's very important is that people are still talking about the touchscreen on Macs. I want to freeze this out on this video because people are still believing it will come out. I don't think, and I'm pretty sure they won't come out in at least 5 years time. It's pretty sure about that. So if you want to buy a computer right now like the MacBook Pro and you need more than 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports and you edit video like me, or you edit photos, or you need a little bit more performance from your computer, wait, don't buy the M1 right now just because of the I/O, because the performance is still amazing. If you don't care about the I/O and the external display support, because the M1s only can power 1 display, the new is rumored to power 3, as I talked about it before. So for me, it's worth waiting because WWDC, it's in June, so just have to wait 4 months. So for me, it's worth it. I will wait. I'm not in a hurry. The iMac is still editing videos. If you notice that I've stopped publishing in HDR, that's because my iMac was very slow and it couldn't edit it. But in 4K 60 it's fine, and I'm not in a hurry. That's computer serving it well for the university, and the iPad as well. So right now I'm not in a hurry, but I want to upgrade. To finish this video, I'm just going to say I'm very excited for the M1X MacBook Pro. I think everyone is. It's amazing what Apple is doing with their silicon. The iPhone is just stupid. Even this iPad, which is 3 years old right now, it's just stupid, the performance. And Intel is getting behind, and they are making those posts laughing about Apple. That's so sad. So I think right now, as a consumer, you should wait. Even because you want to use MacBook Pro M1, just wait a bit. If you want it right now, buy it. If you're not in a hurry, you can wait a bit and then get it on the used market for a slight less price, because of course when the M1X releases, the price will be down. And if you want an M1 Mac, and if you want my recommendation and a video about that, put it down on the comment section below and I will make a video of which M1 Mac I recommend. Although I don't have one, I know the answer already, and if you search on the web you will find it too. This was Techsumer talking to you here. Bye.